Welcome to LNP Renewable System Director. Today we are going to discuss about the ship automation basics part 14 of 22. If you have missed part 1 to 13, please subscribe to the channel. In our channel, we had created a playlist ship automation basics part 1 to 22 English, so that whatever thing that you missed out, you can check in that. Okay. So in the part 14, we are discussing in detail about the step down transformer. So you might have pretty clear about idea about the step down transformer. Most importantly, in a transformer it will have a primary windings and secondary windings. So the main function of the step down transformer is to step down the voltage, existing voltage, to lesser one. Say for example, um, from the main power stations, we are getting the high voltage power. Okay, but in our streets, you might see the transformers. Those are step down transformer. Its main duty is to convert that high voltage into a low voltage which is required for us. Say for example, it might be, if it is a single phase connection, it might be 230 volt. If it is a three phase connection, it might be 440 volt. So it's converting the high voltage to low voltage. Even say for example, in our PLCs, it will be operating with the 24 volt DC. So you cannot give directly the 230 volt there. So we use SMBS. Inside the SMBS, we have the step down transformer. So the duty of this step down transformer is converting the 230 to 24 volt. So this is a simple example which we are trying to give you. Now let's try to have a pretty clear idea about the step down transformer which are being used in ships. Because at the end of this session, you will have a pretty clear idea about how the SLD of a low voltage power plant in ships looks like, how a step down transformer looks like, and what are the different types of step down transformers, how an emergency step down transformer circuit looks like. Okay, so as we told earlier in our discussions, we might be using so many symbols, short forms and abbreviations for representing the instruments for measurement and indications, circuit breakers, interrupters, connections, generators, transformers, fuses and the circuit breakers, protection and monitoring relays, switches, relay and contactors, units and divers. Okay, so this is an example of a power transformer. As we told earlier, it will have a primary winding as well as a secondary winding. Okay, this is an example of a three-phase delta star three transformer. Means its primary side is in the star, whereas in secondary it is also in the star. If it is a YY configuration, if it is a YD configuration, then the primary will be in the star connection, whereas the secondary will be in the delta connection. Okay, this is a simple layout of how a low voltage power plant outline looks like. So as you can see, we have a main switchboard, we have an emergency switchboard. In between, for the consumers to use a 220 volt supply. Okay, even during the emergency time also, the consumers need to use the 220 volt, right? So we are using the transformers here. The main duty of this transformer is to convert a 380 volt into 220 volt, required 220 volt. Okay, so mostly in ships we are using the 220 volts power supply for step down operations. Okay, after stepping down only we can able to use, we can able to supply that to the consumers. And also, if there are any devices which are operating with 24 volt, even for that conversion we are using the SMBS. Inside that, step down transformers will be there. So this is an example of a step down transformer network outline. Okay, so we have a breakers for switching on and off on the primary side, and even on the secondary side also we are having a breaker. This is an illustration of a transformer which is converting a 380 volt to 220 volt. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We can provide the contact details here. We are providing PLC programming training for Siemens, Allen Bradley and Delta PLCs. Okay, if you are really interested to work in GCC countries, especially in building management system, building automation control system, even in ship automation, then you can contact us. We can provide the contact details here. If you have a plan to establish a solar DC light system in a place where EV power is not available, then you can contact us. We can support you. And if you might have agriculture farms, you want to protect your crops from the animals intrusion, instead of going for electrical fencing, you can use the solar fencing. We are providing solar fencing as a kit. We are also providing solar on-grid, off-grid, hybrid application, solar street lights and solar pump services, design, installation, testing, commissioning, consultancy and training supports. We are also providing access control system basics, as well as the electric vehicle basics trainings. If you're really interested to know about it, you can contact us. We get provided the contact details here. Thank you so much.